How's it going, everybody? It's Mukro here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on just some basic beginner tips because Titanfall 2 doesn't really give you any real tips, which is a good thing, but there's a lot of stuff that took me a couple hours to figure out, and it kind of sucks because if I would have known them before, things would have been totally different from what I know now. So, right off the bat, we're going to start off with one thing that took me a while to figure out, which is a network. A network is kind of just like a little guild, but they're really important because you see that thing down there that says happy hour for another 34 minutes. Well, for IGN, the current network I'm with, and that's not my main network, they have happy hour at 7 o'clock. So what that means is around 7 o'clock, I can earn exactly what it says, which is earn an extra 5 merits, which means a lot because merits in this game is how you level up, and I'll talk about that another way. So you want to join networks, multiple networks. For instance, the Advocate network that I was in, they had happy hour around 10 o'clock. Let me see. Yeah, they had happy hour around 10 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock is usually when I go to bed on the weekdays, so that's why I joined. And then I joined this, which is 4 o'clock, and that's usually when I get off work. So right when I get home from work, I can log on for an hour and just get a couple extra merits. So join all these different networks. It's a good way to just give you more options for happy hour. It helps out a little bit, but it's not something else you have to do. So another thing is factions. And as you level up, you unlock factions. So you want to usually level up your lowest level faction, which is Vincent Dynamics. And I forget when you unlock them, but just level up these factions as you go. So as soon as I get them up to probably level 5 or 4, I'll switch over to the Marauders, or the Predators, and then I'll switch back to the Marauder Corps. So, and that's another thing of having a network too. They can invite you, and playing with your network also helps you out too. Now let's get into the customizations real quick. So everybody knows about customizations, but the top right over there, where it's that little C, that's actually, I actually forget what they're called. I'll just call them credits. They are very useful because you can buy stuff really early. For instance, I want to buy Phase Shift. I would have to wait till I'm level 26, well I could just buy it right now. And this is the best part. When you hit level 50 in this game, you will pretty much, it's kind of like Prestige in Call of Duty, it's called Regeneration, and it sets you back to level 1 and everything's reset. Well, anything that you buy with that is permanently available, so now I will always have that. And that's also another thing. You want to level up stuff that's really low. So like this, I should start leveling this up. Because like I said, in this game, you level up with merits, not by XP. Now, XP does help, but it's all about merits. So I'm 4 out of 10 merits away from leveling up. So if I use these weapons, that will probably give me a good boost. So you want to use weapons you don't really use that much. It encourages trying out new things. So that's why I'm using the L star instead of the R201 carbine, because that's level 8. So you want to level up stuff that's low ranking, that way it's easier to level them up and get another merit or two. Same thing applies for Titans as well. And then the other thing that I highly recommend you do is when you first, all Titans by default have this assault ship, get rid of that because that's only useful for AI, for when you're not in it. And you're pretty much always going to be in your Titan. So put in something like an extra dash or even overcore, but really extra dash is more important than anything else. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this has happened to all of us. You called in a Titan, and pretty much as you're waiting for the Titan to come on down, you die. Now there's a nice little thing, but if you hit down on the D-pad, at least for console, you can cycle between follow and guard. Green is follow, which a Titan will come towards you, and guard is just, it'll stay in a general area just protecting it. And this is pretty nifty, so if you happen to die, just do this, and look, here comes my Titan. Now another thing is not a lot of people know about these batteries. These little green things on the ground, pick them up, because they can help out you and your teammate. As you can see here, I picked it up, and I'm giving him an extra health bar, pretty much. and they also give you percentages towards your Titan. As you can tell right here, I'm getting my teammate a battery, and look how much I just got. And you can also get a percentage while taking them out from enemy Titans. And here's another video clip showing you how much health you will get from having one equipped. So as you can see, they're pretty useful, and this is all stuff I wish I knew while I was playing. Now, one of the last things I wish I would have known while playing this game is staying mobile. That is so crucial. Like, don't run in the ground like it's COD or Battlefield or whatever else game. Like, try to stay mobile. You have all these tools to help yourself stay mobile. So, it's definitely one thing. Just try to, like, stay off the ground. Just try to stay mobile in this game. It will help you avoid narrow death and a bunch of other stuff. And the last thing that I wish I knew while I was beginning is don't be afraid to rodeo Titans. Now, you put yourself pretty vulnerable, but I mean, the risk is worth the reward pretty much. And if you think they're going to use their smoke, you can just jump off at any time. Which is pretty useful to know, because you get them to bait out their smoke, and then you wait a few seconds, and you go back in, and you can just rodeo them again. And there's nothing they can do unless they get out and kill you, which not many people do, because they don't want to leave their Titans. So don't be afraid just to rodeo them, and don't be afraid to jump out when if you think they have a smoke activated. So yeah, these are pretty much all tips I wish I knew when I was playing the game. These are all beginner tips though. Everything though, you'll just learn by playing. Like eventually, it'll just all click, and you'll. It just happened to me. One day I was just playing much better. I understood the maps better. So, I'll see you in the future with more guides.